Hey guys.
Are we live? Welcome to the Everest Canadian Club Curling Championships in Barrie, Ontario. We're the best club curlers in Canada are here to compete for the national championships. You have our commentators for the game is myself, Chris Krasowski.
And Kevin Daniel.
And thanks for coming to watch. The two teams playing today in our draw are teams PEI and teams Manitoba. Manitoba is currently sitting in second place in their pool with this game and another game before playoffs. And PEI is sitting in sixth place with a record of 0-3. Manitoba has a record of 2-2. Kevin will introduce the Manitoba team to you guys.
Right. For Manitoba, the lead is Graham Norman. The second is Joshua Harding. Third is Jack Hikaway. And the skip is the skip is Zachary Wasylik. The key for Manitoba today will be stay on top of the game. They have they're very good at throwing the high hard one. So if they get into trouble, they'll be able to bail out of it. The keys, I think, for PEI will be to stay close, get draw weight early, and try to make it tough for Manitoba to be able to throw that high hard one.
Yeah, and so the first stone of the game is being delivered by Glenn Rogers. He comes into the house with it, a 4-foot, back 8-foot. So a nice conservative approach to the first end. Nobody's going all in and trying to win or lose the game in the first end, which is usually pretty good. You don't want to win or lose the game in the first end.
I think it's line's okay.
So Graham's going to come down here. They've called the corner guard. They want to get at it right away.
Whoa.
Pretty aggressive call. They could just hit that red rock, but they're going to go for their two here in the first.
Yeah. So Kevin, this rock, if it stops in front of the rings, is PEI allowed to hit that rock out?
No, they cannot. In this game, there's a 5-rock rule. They play the 5-rock rule and the no-tick rule. It means you can't hit with the first 5 rocks. You can't remove rocks from the free guard zone, which is between the hog line and the house.
Halfway!
Yeah, so now you have PEI. They're putting up a center guard. So game is on, and they do know the ice. They've played on the ice quite a bit this week. They know what it's going to do. It's been really consistent, so that means they're comfortable knowing draw weight and where to put the broom. So they're going to be a little bit more aggressive. Manitoba knows that PEI slipped to the back 4 in the first one, so they were comfortable putting up the corner, and now they can do the freeze on top of the one in the back 4.
Yeah, by this time in the week, everybody's got draw weight. It's going to be consistent pretty much every day, and it has been. We've been doing some time. It's been very consistent. So gives them a chance to be more aggressive early in the game. And that's what Manitoba is doing here. They could throw another corner, but the middle's going to get congested if they don't play down here to shot rock.
So where's the ideal spot for this rock, Kevin?
Line's good, still. Whoa.
Well, with hammer, they're going to end up being frozen on this, running on the corner.
Shot, Graham.
But top 4 would be better than that. But that's pretty good. No, it stopped on the tee line. That's okay. You want to be ahead of tee line as much as you can.
Yeah, and then you control the front of that house. Usually in curling, what we say, you want to control the front of the house, and that'll lead to success. If you're behind the tee line, teams can freeze to you, and the scoring area is all in front of you. So now we have PEI. They're going to try and come around with the clockwise turn. You could see a little bit more with the other turn, but coming around this way, you can put your rock on the button, and the angles would be really good for you.
Yeah, I think that's what he's looking for here, is getting a good angle. Yeah, they're heavy.
You see Corey Montgomery trying to corner sweep that rock, and what he's trying to do is make it curl. It wasn't curling enough, so he's directionally sweeping that rock, making scratches, and they're hoping that the rock will follow those scratches and curl a little bit more. But as you see, he was a little heavy, rolled off, and now there's a pocket in the back of the house that Manitoba can freeze to or hit and roll onto.
It looks like Manitoba's going to play the double here, perhaps a hit and roll. Oh, looks like he's probably playing a hit and roll. He'll have a lot of weight.
And this is a nice controllable weight. Manitoba has really, really good sweepers.
Got a little inside on this one.
Yeah, a little tight. From watching them this week, they have great sweepers. So you'll see them use their sweepers during this game. Both sweepers are very strong, like to sweep. They'd sooner sweep than watch a rock, they told me before the game. So I think the skip will use them, and you know, it makes it a whole complete game. You want to use everybody on the team as much as you can.
And it'll be interesting to see if they have any peels, because Joshua Harding throws the rock as hard as anybody I've ever seen.
Yeah, he comes out of that hack like a rocket. He's pretty fast. So PEI is going to attempt to take this rock out. It looks like they're going to stick right in that forefoote area, which makes the hit and roll for Manitoba a little bit easier. So they're going to want to hit this rock and roll to the left, and then use those two PEI rocks as backing, which is going to make it really hard for PEI to remove the next stone.
Hard.
Might have got a little inside again on this one.
Hard.
And we've been finding that if you play this down weight, down hit weight and draw weight, the ice is curling a lot. If you do throw higher weight, like a normal weight or a peel weight, you can take the curl out of it, but you also take the sweepers out of it. And in this shot, Manitoba wanted to stay in the house, so they threw a little bit less weight. If you throw more weight, you might roll out, and then you're really in trouble if PEI puts a rock kind of in the front forefoot.
Yeah, Manitoba had a good situation there. If they could have hit and rolled in front of those two PEI rocks, it would have been very difficult for PEI to remove.
Yeah, it looks like PEI got it going a little bit as well. Seems like a common trend so far, just over curling across that center. This was a really good opportunity by PEI to put a lot of pressure on. Fortunately, it overcurled a little bit, and Manitoba now has a little bit easier end with hammer.
Yeah.
So what are they trying to do here, Kevin?
Well, they jammed at the back there, so that's going to help Manitoba. So Manitoba's going to come around that corner and try to freeze on the red one, or maybe just be ahead of the tee line a little bit, because if you go right back to it, they could freeze on you and cut out that rock that's back, behind tee. So they'll try to stay. This one they'll try to be just above tee, around the corner guard.
And with that really tight Manitoba guard, they can afford to play this tight to the guard, because if they ever tick it, they're going to roll in and tick it in to lay second, third, and fourth shot.
Slightly heavy,
Okay, shot, Jock.
but pretty good.
So just not quite enough curl, but that can happen in the first end. You're still trying to figure out the ice and how much is going to curl.
Yeah.
So what's PEI trying to do here, Kevin?
Same shot, they're just going to follow down, and now that this one's pretty much on tee line, very close, they will freeze on it. And without last rock, you're going to want to make a freeze in this situation more than try to be top four. Because if you're top four, they can pick you off. But if they freeze, it's going to help eliminate some of those Manitoba stones.
We're bumping.
So the sweepers are indicating it's a little bit heavy, so they're bumping the rock a little bit.
That's pretty good.
It's a really nice shot. Good weight control, good sweeping, nice communication on the throw. So now Manitoba is going to try and move that rock from in front of the tee line to behind the tee line and make a pocket, which is going to make it hard for PEI to remove their rock.
So for PEI here, having made that shot, that's going to go a long way to eliminating those two yellow rocks that are back there. When you don't have last rock, you're always concerned about leaving the other team's rocks in play. But I think with those two reds there, they're going to be in good shape. It's going to come down to the skip, trying to make two.
Mine's good.
Yeah, I think Manitoba's goal here is they want to score two, and PEI's goal is, you know what, if we can steal one, great. If we hold them to one, that's a good first end for us. We just don't want to give up a bunch of points at the beginning of the game, and then have to catch up.
Excellent shot by Manitoba. Get that angle and be shot rock.
Bang, bang, but maybe right on top of it.
I think at this point, because that shot was so good, if I was PEI, I'd be looking a way to force the one.
Yeah, I think your goal for PEI now is just make sure you don't give up 2. If you can hold Manitoba to 1 with hammer, that's success, right?
I'm
Yeah.
scared
In your
if you put
books?
that on the nose, we might lose that.
Let's listen to them talk and see what they're saying.
What are you doing? Yeah, just sit there. Okay.
They're thinking about throwing the hit, but they decided to draw, and I think that's a little smarter move. You throw the hit, you could eliminate one of yours, and next thing you know, they might have a shot at 4.
And here comes down Blair J. He's the skip of the PEI team. He wanted us to give a shout out to Tim Hawken, who is the president of the Summerside Curling Club. Said Tim was in this event last year for him, and they wanted to say thanks for giving a shout out as a Blair J shot last year. He was really really proud of that. So good group of guys.
Line's good.
I got 4.
Where are we at?
Wait's nice.
Where?
All right, so I think they are playing a freeze
Deep, okay.
on the shot rock here.
Right here.
Maybe corner freeze it, block a little
Whoa,
bit of the
whoa.
button. Line looks pretty
Yeah,
good.
straight, 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 straight.
Just over
Okay,
curling
just
a
freeze it,
tad.
just freeze it. Okay, that's pretty good. That's not bad.
What that does is it does shrink down the scoring area. It does protect their rock a little bit in the back 4 and the front 4.
Great, eh?
So now Manitoba's scoring area for their second shot is full 4-foot or full button, which is a pretty small area in the first end, and it's a nice, a safe shot for the PEI skip. It takes a lot of pressure off of him on his last shot. So who's the skip for Manitoba here, Kevin?
T-line back button type thing.
Skip for Manitoba, Zach Wasylik. He plays out of, the whole team plays out of the Pembina Curling Club in Winnipeg.
Yeah, so it's got.
I had the pleasure of curling there 2 years ago in the Masters Canadian Championships.
And for those of you that don't know Kevin, he's been a very competitive curler in Ontario. He's been to multiple Master Canadian Championships, multiple provincial men's finals here in Ontario.
Long time ago.
Whoa! Line's good. Close. Close. Come along.
Line looks great.
Close.
Weight looks pretty good too.
Line's good. Yep. 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 Line. Hard. Line's good. Hard. Curl.
What a
curl,
great
curl,
shot.
Curl.
Great shot by the skip. And as you can see, his sweepers didn't sweep it too early.
Nice draw.
They left it till the end so they could make a night judgment, and they swept it perfectly into the spot that they wanted it. As a skip, when you have sweepers like that, it makes your life a whole lot easier. And he's got a great set of sweepers.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Sounds good.
Oh, to be young.
So what's their goal here for PEI?
Well, I think they're going to try to nose hit this. And they're taking a fair bit of ice, so they're not going to be throwing that much weight. If they can nose hit it and stay right there, it's going to be really tough for Manitoba to get to.
Yeah, Manitoba's laying 2 right now, but that rock is wide open. They can get to it. The tolerance is probably a little bit on the outside. You don't want to over curl, hit the red rock, and then roll out, because then that maybe brings potentially 4 into play, 3 or 4 into play.
Full here.
Carl!
All right, Glenn. Gotta go. Gotta go, Glenn. Gotta go.
Yep, got a little full on the release, and they just couldn't curl it with that directional sweeping.
Yeah, on this ice, the more weight that you do throw, it's going to run quite a bit straighter. Probably a little more weight than he probably wanted to throw on that shot.
Yeah, I think so.
When you're trying to stick around. Blair did want me to say that he is one of the youngest curlers out here this week, and he's very proud of that.
Okay, is this the same ice?
Yep.
Okay, same
All
weight
right,
then.
so for Manitoba, it's the same shot. Just come down, and now this makes it a little easier since their rock is sitting there. Be a few feet heavy and still score their 3, actually.
Yeah, and the big thing is the skip here is you don't want to overthrow the rock. You have 2 good sweepers. Use your sweepers.
And I think he has overthrown it a bit.
Stay close.
It's really hanging out there.
Come on. Trying. Like, if it sits on the tee, it's good. It's not. It's past tee. Might be
Key is if he touches that one, he might stop, but no.
Yeah, and a missed opportunity for Manitoba early in the game. PI is breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. Because anything more than 2 at the start of the game, then you're really battling to come back, especially against a good team like Manitoba. So I guess that's the end of our first end. Manitoba is up 2-0, and we'll see you after the commercial break.
I love that curling is a team sport, that we're able to travel the world with friends and family and experience the journey with fans as well. The sport demands so much, whether it's fine motor skills or both physically and mentally taxing. And it's just a fun social sport that you're able to kind of make an extended family all over the world.
Everest is here to support you in the moments that matter. Learn how at everestfuneral.ca.
It takes passion and a whole lot of dedication to meet Cavendish Farms' high standards. To become an epic late-night snack. Part of the ultimate breakfast. And the dinner crew crowd pleaser. From Canada's favorite French fries to onion rings, hash browns, and potato tots, Canadians can count on Cavendish Farms to serve top quality every time. Cavendish Farms. Made our way, enjoy your way.
Welcome back to the Everest Canadian Curling Club Championships. We're just getting started in the second end here with PEI and Manitoba. Manitoba's thrown their first rock short.
So that rock stopped right on the center line. Are you able to move that rock, Kevin?
Yeah. No, that's a fairly new rule to the game that because
You threw that really well, Mark.
because people were getting so
no
good
idea, like,
at
this
ticking
ever-
rocks off the center line, they've implemented a rule the last couple of years that there's no ticking a rock that is touching the center line. You can't move it off the center line, otherwise it'll get replaced.
Yeah, so when your lead is making that draw around, before you would maybe, okay, if you're tight, you hit the rock off the center line, you have 2 guards. But now, if you're drawing around it and you move it off the center line, that rock goes back and the rock you threw goes away. So it's making it a little bit harder for the leads now. They have to be a little bit more precise, and you can't get that close to the guard anymore.
Jack's rock. It looks
So where
heavy.
would we like to see this rock stop, Kevin?
Line's okay. It's
Top
really
of the button
gotta move.
would be ideal
Jack,
without
go ahead.
hammer.
I think you can.
At least full forefoot.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Looks like it's going to be a little exposed here.
Tuck it under a little bit.
Still keep it in front of T line.
Right.
Yeah, and most importantly, the rock is in front of T-line. Two great shots by the lead for Manitoba. Tight center guard, rock in front of the T-line, partially behind the guard. That's a reason that Manitoba can play aggressive in the second end and keep their foot on the pedal, because they're really confident that their lead's going to put those rocks in the right spot.
I taught them.
So PEI is trying to come down here and freeze on this one. It's a good call.
So are you okay to be a little bit heavy here or a little bit light?
Well, I think you'd rather be a little heavy, tap it back a bit. You get too many guards out front with hammer, and it could get messy and difficult to get with 2. And they have come up a little tight, but at least it's in the rings. A little light.
Yeah, Manitoba is starting with a really nice setup at their front end. Leads rocks are so important in the games today with the free guard zone. You get them set up, the rest, that makes it easier on your second shots, which makes it easier on your third shots and your skip shots. So all the positions are so important in curling these days. You can't have a weak position.
Go if you need. Bit of room. Line's good. Close, yep.
So Manitoba is going to try to come around the other side because that red rock's in the way on the side they were playing. Once again, full
Jack, you gotta
forefoot
go
top
for line.
button would be
Gotta go for
ideal.
line. Gotta go for line.
That's a great shot.
Shot.
Really nice end setup by the front end for Manitoba. You couldn't have probably asked for a better setup than they have. So now PEI's got some chasing to do. They got to catch up and get a few really nice shots out of their second. So Mitch Rowley is going to try to bump this rock up a little bit and create some room in the center.
Guess I better learn my curling rules.
Got a curl.
It's got good weight. Just needs to come up a bit to make contact on that red one. They're trying to split them two in. He's going to get by. I think he's make contact on the yellow.
It's a little bit, yeah, a little bit either heavy or a little bit too much ice.
I think the weight was pretty good. If he had curled a bit more and clipped that top red, they would have had two in the.
They would have had two rocks they could work with in the front of the house. Yeah, it's unfortunate that he rolled off into the behind the tee line because it's not a rock that you can promote or do anything with. Manitoba still has a really good setup with two staggered guards in front.
Bit of room. Lot of room.
So Manitoba's going to come down here and try to play in front of those two that are in the 4-foot.
Mine's good. It's always Jack.
They could have hit the open red one just to eliminate rock since they are up two, but they are sitting two already, and they've got a really good situation here.
Get to the nose.
So you'll see the guy closest to the rock is sweeping at a 45-degree angle. What he's trying to do is he's trying to make it curl just a little bit more at the end. That's what directional sweeping will do for you. You'll see guys sweeping at a 45-degree angle, and they're just trying to make it curl more that way.
So PEI is in a lot of trouble here. They're going to do what we refer to as bail out of this end, and that is peel the front to at least give them some opportunity to score one.
So a little bit wide on the guard. They might catch the rocks in the house.
They are going to. That's way better now. For
what a beautiful
PEI.
shot by Mitch Rowley. That's what we call a professional second shot. So
that keeps you on the team.
His skip will be very thankful for him on that.
So it pushed one behind T-line. That's great. It's something that PEI can use. But of course, Manitoba's throwing, and they're going to put one right back where those other two were. As long as those guards are staggered like that out front, it's going to be a problem for PEI.
So this Manitoba team has been to the Canadian Club Championships before. They're no strangers to playing on this level. They did make the playoffs last time they were here, and they're looking to win it this time around.
Hey, always Josh. Always Josh's rock. Line's good. Oh, line's good. It's top full for. Always Josh, full for. Yep.
So nice communication the whole way down. The skip knew where the rock was going to stop. The sweepers were telling him exactly the weight. So it's a really good team shot. The throw was good by the thrower. And that puts a lot of pressure on PEI again.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a big decision here. Do you continue to try to bail, or do you try to come in? And they've decided to come in.
Yeah, I think as PEI, you definitely have to score in this end. Manitoba is shooting really sharp, really good. You just don't want to get down by 3 or more.
Right. Yeah, if they can score one, 2-1 is much better than 3-0, even with hammer. And against Manitoba, as we said up front, Manitoba are a very good hitting team. Very tough to come back against a team like that.
Line's good.
It's a little firm.
Yeah, so Mitch is trying to work that rock in there, get some curl.
On the back one. They may have, nope, not quite, but their second shot.
Their second shot. And that was the way to miss on that shot. You didn't want to miss tight and create another guard. You could always be a little bit more on the outside, hit the back one and roll in. There is potentially a double on the other side off the rock in the front 8-foot. For PEI, it's really tight, but it's potentially there.
Got a little more. A little more. Easy. Whoa, whoa. Easy. A little more. Whoa for line. You go to that one? Whoa. Straight. Lead's good. Where? Are you? Okay. Whoa. Really? Back four. Yep. 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 Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
They're Gonna just chip that red one and roll off a bit.
So, I'm
You know, not a bad shot. It doesn't harm him. You did hear the sweepers holler. It's a little heavy off the start, and that lets the skip know what to do. That way you can alter your shot call on the way by.
What do you want? Okay, so basically same weight.
Gives an opportunity for PEI here to actually get shot rock if they can make a little hit and roll in off of that yellow that was just thrown.
Same weight, guys.
So Corey Montgomery's going to try and set up a scoring end for his team, and sometimes as a third you have to make these nice shots and get your team back in the game. I play with a very good third. He makes a lot of these shots.
As Chris and I play together here at the Berry Curling Club, I make some of these shots.
Watch it. It's starting to curl.
Line looks good.
Really? It's got to over curl.
Yeah. Actually, sorry, it started to curl. We need to.
Straight!
So now you see they switch to sweeping from curling to straight.
That really curled a lot.
Weight was nice. Do you think he was trying to play a little bit more weight on that, or?
Yeah, I think they were a little light on it, but they started sweeping it to curl too early.
It's pretty quick.
Ended up over curling.
So with directional sweeping, you can
maybe it's straight more. We gotta get by the
oversweep
red,
a
right?
rock, so you do have to work at it and be really good at it. Because you can take a made shot and turn it into a missed shot if you sweep it wrong, especially with strong sweepers.
Am I throwing
Good
similar
news
to
is
my
for
first
PI,
one last
they've
time?
moved
Okay.
the
Even a hair less. Okay.
Winnipeg rock back a bit,
These are yellow. Okay.
but of course Winnipeg.
Get as much in there as you can.
Manitoba is throwing,
Okay.
and they're going to put something up above that one that was just tapped back.
So where's your tolerance here, Kevin? Is it to be light or to be heavy?
Well, the tolerance without hammers should always be to be light. You know, if you're a long guard, that's okay. It's still guarding.
Yeah, you don't need to be too greedy if you're Manitoba. You're laying one right now. A steal of one's great. It puts you in control of the game.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to come into this pile and give them a chance to blast and sit a couple.
Hard! Hard, just by the red, hard! Hard.
Great sweeping. A couple really red faces on that one.
Great shot.
What kind of weight are you throwing? Yeah, okay, it'd be real nice if you could. Yeah, okay, all right.
One thing I've noticed from Zachary this week is he has excellent weight control on his shots. The games that I've seen them play, he rarely overthrows a shot. He just throws the right
Okay,
weight that's
throw it here,
necessary. Very controllable,
Okay.
uses his team.
Think we need that much?
That's
or?
a really good quality to have in a skip.
Okay.
Sometimes it's hard to be patient and just throw nice weight and let it be swept in there. You don't need to make the shot all by yourself.
They indicated that they were going to try to hit.
I'm expecting you guys to
The
cheer
rock
every
that
time we
is-
make a good shot.
Right. I think he was talking to the crowd that's on the sidelines there. I think they're trying to hit the rock that he's got the broom right against. Get just a tiny flop inside. It's a tough shot.
Yeah, straight! Straight! Straight!
So you see the sweeper is trying to sweep across the curl of the rock to try to keep this straight.
He held that nicely.
He did, and it's actually not a bad outcome.
Up ahead!
Yes.
It does set up a double. Well, it wasn't the shot call. It actually, it maybe gives them an opportunity if Manitoba doesn't put a perfect rock in here. If they do put a perfect rock in here, then they get all kinds of trouble.
Do we tell them the same? Maybe
You do have the red on the top of the forefoot that potentially could be bumped up on the counterclockwise side. So that is a rock the PEI can use to potentially score. And again, on this shot, what's the tolerance here, Kevin?
Well, I believe they're coming right in.
Are you okay being
Basically the
heavy
same
or
shot.
light? Or
Line's good.
Well, if he's heavy, it'll make an easy shot for one
Line's good.
PEI. So he doesn't want to be heavy. But I think they're playing right down to
Got a
it.
curl.
Being quite aggressive. You could just throw a guard here,
Curl. Got a curl.
but I think they see that tap on the other side, so they're going to freeze right in.
And yeah, this is a missed opportunity by Manitoba. They've now made the shot for PEI a little bit easier. if that rock stops front 4, front 8,
I don't know if that'll
12-foot
come through here or
guard,
not, but
really hard for PEI to score.
I mean, if you make it, if you hit that
Those
on
are
the
shots
nose,
after
it's for
you
like
throw
4.
it to Skip, you're like, well,
Can you get the nose?
it's I didn't want to make his life easier, and you did. So.
What's that?
Question, is there a shot here? I think there is.
I don't.
Will that squeak
I don't
out through
think
the
he can get
back?
through
Is
there.
there a shot for 4?
I think there's a shot
like-
for at least 2. I'm not sure if that object
I don't
rock that
think
he's
he can
touching
hit
with
the
his broom
nose.
right now is going to get all the way
And
through. It
if
might
it is
just kind of
there,
jiggle those other
that's
2.
fine, jam there. Huh?
Yeah, I don't think you can hit it right on the nose. You can't get it to hit the rock on our right first and then squeak the other one out. It would hit it straight sideways. I think there is a
Right.
shot for
You know what,
2.
Flynn? I'll talk with the guy.
If he
For
hits,
sure.
If he hits about 7/8 of this, it might push the one yellow to the left as we're looking at it, but it might catch that red on the side.
Yeah, so I think your rock on the front 4 would count, and your rock that you throw would
Well, that
count.
guy could.
Well, the question is, will that rock he hit the one on the left and then
I don't
come
think
back
it's-
and
I
hit the
don't
one on the
think-
right, catch a piece of it, or will it go right by it?
Yeah, and the tough thing is you can only see half that rock, so he can't throw heavy weight at it to move 3 rocks. He's maybe throwing like back 8-foot weight.
Yeah, I think he's decided just go for the one.
This is the safer shot. It keeps him in the game.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a heavy draw here.
Line!
There's lots of
All
weight.
kinds of line. Whoa! Line! Whoa!
It's
Whoa!
pretty good. It's
Whoa!
It's a matter of just managing
Whoa!
this properly from here on
Whoa!
in. Yeah, looks really good.
Whoa! Whoa!
There you go.
Nice shot!
Yeah.
Great shot for their one.
Really nice shot by Blair J, and that's why he's the skipper. So, thank you for joining us for this game. We'll see you after the commercial break.
Curling means so much to our family. Obviously, it's a big part of our life. Isabella always says that she wants to be an Olympic champion curler when she grows up, which just melts my heart. But it also has shown them that if you work hard, anything is possible. If I was to ask them if they wanted to chase a dream, they believe that anything is possible as long as they put the work in, and it's because of watching us on the ice.
Everest is here to support you in the moments that matter. Learn how at everestfuneral.ca.
Don't forget your brooms. Come on. Okay, well, what do you got? You got 1, you got 2, you got...
Just one little, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Welcome back to the Everest Canadian Curling Club Championships here in Barrie, Ontario. We're watching PEI versus Manitoba. The score is 2-1 for Manitoba. Manitoba's with hammer in this end. Before we get back to the game, for those fans out there, Curling Canada has a fundraiser and a silent auction going on their site right now, with the proceeds going to junior curling. If you go onto the Curling Canada site and the Everest event, you'll find this. Teams each have a gift basket up there and some different kinds of art and really some nice items.
Line's good.
And you can go on there and you can fundraise for your team, make donations to junior curling.
Well,
You
if
can place bids on items.
Hey, go ahead.
The team that
Line's pretty good.
raises the most money will potentially get a grant for their curling club and their curling community. So
Always Jack. Always
if
Jack.
you want to
Keep
support
going.
your team and your community, and feel free to log on and click on your team and either create a silent auction bid or donate to junior curling, which is for a good cause. So back to the game, Kevin. What do we have going on?
All right, so far, PEI put up a short rock. It got a little off center line. So Manitoba went around it, made a nice shot. 3/4 buried, just biting the 8-foot. So PEI could have either come down and froze on that one, or gone around. They've chosen to go around it because it is pretty high, and we're getting a lot of curl here. And
Where is it?
a good shot could be totally buried behind that yellow rock.
Leave it out if you can, then. Yeah, we're out. We're not in. We're not in.
Okay, yeah, we're
Nope. Okay, we're going with plan B, which a lot of people would have made that plan A.
So what's the goal for Manitoba in this end? Kevin, what do they want to get out of this end?
Well, always when you have hammer, you want to score 2.
Throw.
And because of free guard zone, you've got to deal with the center. You're going to throw up some guards, and you're going to have to go around it. And, you know, this is where we were talking at the beginning about all 4 players have to be good. You got to be able to throw draws as well as hits. In the old days, you could get away with a second who's just a hitter and not much of a drawer, but anymore you have to do everything because of the free guard zone. So Manitoba will be trying to score 2, of course. And for the moment, they'll be playing in the middle. I think eventually you might see those top red rocks go.
And as PEI, what's your goal for the end? Third end, you're down by 1.
Down by 1. Keep those center rocks out there. Make some good draws. They can make a freeze on this one. That was a perfect shot by Manitoba there, by the way. But it has shrunk the scoring area for their second shot by being that deep.
Yeah, Graham Norman has had a fantastic game. He's pretty much put the rocks wherever he wants them.
So back 4.
Yeah, back 8.
Line's a little wide here.
Down. But I still think we're like back.
You could go around everything. It's not too deep.
Curving it.
Yeah, and this is a shot where you're better off light than you are heavy, because any shots that are in front of the house, any rocks that are in front of the house, you can always promote, but you can never pull them back to the front of the house from the back 8 or the back 12, as much as we'd like to sometimes. So it is in the house still, but it's now a liability for you because it's behind the yellows, and you're going to have a more difficult time getting the yellow rocks out.
So Manitoba's once again going to come around the center guards.
Okay, whoa, close.
Didn't notice that they indicated.
Close.
I think I would freeze on my own and get the curl, but they might be going to the back one. But if they do go to the back one, PEI can follow them, and that's going to make it difficult on Manitoba to try to score 2 here.
Yeah, and you hear the sweepers say that it's running. What they mean by that is it's a little bit heavy. It's a little faster in that spot than they thought it was going to be. So they're communicating that to the skip, and then the skip has to make a decision on what he wants to do with that rock, because the call might change when the weight changes.
So Manitoba came a little bit heavy there, so PEI is going to try to come around, basically freeze on that last Manitoba stone. If they make a good shot here, it could be really tough on Manitoba to score 2.
Curl! Curl! Gotta go! Hurry! That's what we do.
That's a great shot.
Gonna kill me.
I'm sure you'll live.
So the PEI sweepers aren't as fond of sweeping as the Manitoba sweepers.
Manitoba guys are a little younger.
Yeah. So now if you're Manitoba, you want to make sure you get your 1 this end. That way you're still in control. You're two up. But you want to try and set yourself up for multiples. So that rock is on just a little bit behind the tee line. It can be bumped back a little bit, and you can still sit in the front part of the house. The front part of the 4-foot is Manitoba, which is on your first 4 rocks. That's really where you want to be. You want to be in control of that zone in the front of the house.
Whoa! Really running.
So after that great shot by PEI, Manitoba is going to try to just follow them down.
Hard!
Line looks good.
Hard!
Is it going to get
Hard,
there?
Graham, gotta go! Hard! Gotta get it by the top one.
Yeah, he's right, or else they'll double those out of there.
Okay.
You know, well swept. It's not a horrible shot. They have a really good third. They can peel those rocks off in the front of the house, and you might have a chance at multiples.
So PEI is sitting 1, but Manitoba's 2, 3, 4. So PEI is going to do what we technically call guard for your life.
Yeah, and Manitoba kind of has that. They have the threat of the high hard one. They can make the run backs, and you always got to have that in the back of your mind. you hope they don't make it, but they're completely capable of making that shot, which adds an extra dimension to that team. Really nice guard.
Should do the trick.
So now it's kind of piling up. It's Manitoba. You want to at least be able to score in this sense. They're going to clean the front of the house up a little bit. The angles aren't lining up great for them.
Both teams have made some nice draws here, so.
I think you're going to see some heat on this shot, aren't you, Kevin?
I think so. Probably about a 6 or 7 second takeout. Here we go.
Yep.
So maybe if you get lucky, you might sneak by that back one and hit it onto your yellow. Nope, great shot. That works.
Rid of a couple. It's much better now for them.
So what are they going to do here, Kevin? Guard for low life again?
I believe so.
Same thing.
If they don't, Manitoba will play the run back on that yellow that's in the top 12.
So you see the skip from PEI. He just pointed his finger in front of the house. That's the signal that we usually give to throw a guard. You could either walk up there and tap your broom, but that requires a lot of effort by the skip. So we just like to point.
And it takes time too.
Yeah.
But they are on clocks here, and a lot of these teams have not been on clocks very much, if at all, before this week. So it's important to minimize the time you use calling shots and walking from end to end and things like that, so that you have time at the end of the game to make those tougher decisions.
It's a really nice shot. Ideally, you probably want a little bit higher, so that double on the guards is a little bit harder.
Not much of this.
If you're too close, that makes any kind of run back and double a little bit easier for Manitoba.
Yeah.
So Manitoba can see about half of their rock,
Just go normal.
but I think they've decided it's not quite enough to make the run back on the red one. So they're going to peel the front again.
They call normal weight here. This should run fairly straight. Normal to peel hit. Should run fairly straight on this ice.
Whoa. Close. Whoa. Curl.
A little out
They're
on.
going to get it across the face?
Just the one.
Not quite.
Just the one.
You know, that's not bad. You got one of them off.
Where's you gonna be here? Yeah, and you
Yeah, I
took
think
more.
they looked like they were trying to play it across the top, but that would have driven the red one into the pile.
Yeah, and it might have bumped the yellow up, or
I would have tried to hit 3/4. Double them that way.
I think they were trying to do that. It just ran a little bit. He got a little bit out.
Must have got a little set on it.
He got a little bit full on the shot, and
When this end's over.
it pretty much stayed where he let it go.
I think we just heard somebody on PEI say, I'll be glad when this end's over. Because that little red rock is surrounded by yellow ones there.
Looks like you're perfect. Then it's. We're getting out there a little farther too, guys. So. Okay.
Yeah, I think that was Blair. He said he's be happy when this ends over.
Line's good.
I've said that many times myself.
Yeah, I agree with him.
Yeah. Yes. You get in these situations.
Halfway. Curl. 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 Curl.
And it's nice when you're curling to have a little bit of a sense of humor. You don't need to be too serious out there. It's supposed to be a fun sport.
Oh, that's good right there, guys. Good right there.
That is a really nice guard.
Perfect. Those are hard to manage when it's curling so much at the end. Get that line just right.
That's a full team shot. Right line call, right throw, right sweeping. It's a total team shot.
With board?
You might be able to, yeah. You end up chunking one, it's pretty good too.
Decision here from Manitoba. Let's listen to hear what they're saying. They're thinking about running it back or
going through the hole.
peeling.
I know, but
They were talking
If you
about
get through,
maybe
you
going
do,
through
right?
the hole with a
If you nose
down weight
it, Fred.
shot.
Board?
I like board through the hole.
Yeah, they're going to play the clockwise
I think we have to maybe just
shot
Stay
through the
more.
hole.
I think I want to throw it just off the line.
So just off the line, he means just on the left side of the center line. Just started on the left side of the center line with board weight. And board weight is so the rock would go to the backboards and bounce off a little bit. That's the kind of weight he's playing.
Inside. Okay.
Be a really nice shot if he makes it.
Yeah, that's a tough. It's a small hole.
Easy. Easy.
Nice throw.
It's pretty tight ice.
Yep. Hard.
He's going to try and let a sweeper do all the work here and get it through for him.
Whoa, whoa.
Just needed an inch more of ice.
And that's the way to play the shot. As they said, they try to get it through the middle. If it overcurls a little, they'll take off the guard. That was plan B.
That's always an important thing to think about. If I don't make the shot, what can I get out of it? In this case, removing either one of those guards was good, but that was the best one to remove. So
Yeah,
they probably took tight ice intentionally for that reason.
Yeah, they talked about peeling the guard, so you might as well go for a shot at making the better shot, and if you miss it, you still get the original shot you were thinking of.
Yep.
So now Blair's going to try and put the same shot back there. Do the same thing twice.
Where are we at?
Tighter, halfway.
Line's good. Let it curl, 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 curl.
So you see he's going to try and directional sweep that rock over.
Curl hard. Gotta go.
When he holds the broom on the skinny end, they're just trying to make it curl without adding weight.
And be careful.
So this is a lot more weight.
Took that a little deep, but they may have got away with it. So
It still guards the outside of that rock a little bit.
Well, they're hooked a bit.
Yeah.
That might have made it better.
Let's hear what they're
Is
thinking.
there a better turn and throw at this?
They could see enough of it.
We're hitting right in the middle anyway.
Dead nose the yellow here.
Yeah.
This actually might have made it safer.
Yeah.
Didn't make it worse.
So Manitoba is trying to hit that yellow on the nose. If they ever so slightly rub the inside of the red, it probably will still catch a yellow on the way and bump the other yellow in the front four to the button. So you just don't want to hit that higher guard.
Yeah, I heard them say they want to hit that yellow on the nose, and this could be a big end if they do.
Yeah. Whoa. Hard. Hard. Whoa. 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 Yep.
This looks really good.
What a nice shot.
Oh, wow.
Wow, it went
That
too
is
far.
surprising.
That is a
Just a little too
surprise
much
steal by PEI, yeah. They got a little bit too much action.
Yep.
Well, thanks for watching with us at the Everest Canadian Club Curling Championships. We'll see you after the break.
It takes passion and a whole lot of dedication to meet Cavendish Farms' high standards. To become an epic late-night snack. Part of the ultimate breakfast. And the dinner crew crowd pleaser. From Canada's favorite French fries to onion rings, hash browns, and potato tots, Canadians can count on Cavendish Farms to serve top quality every time. Cavendish Farms. Made our way, enjoy your way.
I love that curling is a team sport, that we're able to travel the world with friends and family and experience the journey with fans as well. The sport demands so much, whether it's fine motor skills or both physically and mentally taxing. And it's just a fun social sport that you're able to kind of make an extended family all over the world.
Everest is here to support you in the moments that matter. Learn how at everestfuneral.ca.
Welcome back to the Everest Canadian Curling Club Championships here in Barrie. We're entering the fourth end of this game between PEI and Manitoba. PEI in that last end said, be glad when this end is over, and it worked out for them. They stole one, or they actually stole one that end. It didn't look good for them, although they did have one in there though for the entire end. But Manitoba had second, third, and fourth, and had a pretty good shot at a run back for a pile, but the angles just weren't quite right, and Manitoba rocks just went a little farther out than the PEI rock, and PEI picked up the single.
Yeah, and for Manitoba, it's just reset this end. They've had some opportunities in this game that just kind of got away from them. So just keep playing how they're playing, and just stay with it. You still got 5 ends left. you could be calm. You got hammers, tie game.
Really gotta curl, yep.
For PEI, you got to be pretty happy where the score's at.
Good sweep, Chris.
There's a few chances they could have given up some points, and they didn't. So they're still in the game, and just keep playing and sticking in there.
So PEI threw short here, and Manitoba last time in this situation went around it, but they've decided to throw a corner guard here. I think they're going to push hard for a score of 2 or more.
Yeah, coming home, we usually say with Hammer, you like to score coming home. So the 4th end, the 6th end, and the 8th end. So they're going to really push hard to get multiple points in this end.
Wait only!
Because you have Hammer in 4, 6, and 8, essentially, to the other team's Hammer in 5 and 7.
Wait only, though.
So PEI is going to come around, try to get full 4-foot here. Line looks pretty good. Needs to curl a bit.
Beauty, Glenn.
Made a good shot, so that might make, yes. So Manitoba is going to freeze on that one. Save that corner guard for later if they get an opportunity, maybe a hit and roll out or something.
For those watching, if they want, there's Barrie Curling Club is hosting a 50-50 for the event. For any residents or anybody living in Ontario, you can go onto the Barrie Curling Club website. There is a link to purchase 50-50 tickets. This is the main fundraiser for the club for this event.
Not curling.
So if you're interested in supporting the club, please go onto the website, buy a 50-50,
It can't be touching it at all.
and hopefully you have a good chance to win. Right now, I think the 50-50 is around $9,000.
All right.
Would like to remind
Nice
you
shot
guys,
there
like,
from
though, I'm not
Manitoba.
22 sweeping.
They would have liked to have gone on that, in front of that rock a little bit more, but it's
What are we doing
cornered just enough that it's going to be a little bit of trouble for PEI. So PEI's decided to run another one in.
Yeah, PI has a pretty good setup. They're really happy if they hold Manitoba to 1 this end or get the steal. They just don't want to give up multiples in this end.
Back for him! Bring it around.
This looks a little heavy.
Just clean, just clean. Yeah, Corey, hurry, Corey!
I think they're calling the audible. They're going around.
Go, hurry, Corey! Hurry!
Just squeaked by the guard.
So that would be the audible plan B
Yeah,
call.
plan B, yep. It's a little heavy. It's get her by.
And you can make those shot calls as a skip if your sweepers let you know what the weight is. So if you're new to curling, communication is so essential by the
just trying to
sweepers
get
to the skip.
inside, move it a bit.
3/4 low. Still nice and quick, Josh. Probably go to 15 for back 4. Okay. No more.
And a shout out to Manitoba's 5th player, Andrew Peck. He's been in the background doing stats for the team and supporting him in any way possible.
Whoa!
Bit heavy. Back
Whoa!
4. Back 4. It's coming off.
No,
Back
Ken!
4. Coming off.
Curl! Curl!
Back 4. Oh, you really got to get over there.
So you're seeing him do directional sweeping with his brush width-wise. So he's trying to make it curl but still keep the speed up. Not a bad shot. Still keeps their rocks in front of the 4-foot, usable positions. You know,
Like hit and roll over, you mean?
you just don't want to have those rocks in the back behind the tee line. Anything in front of the tee line, you can use.
So PEI still
What
sitting
kind of
2,
weight?
but getting a little concerned about having 2 Manitoba rots in play.
So what are they trying to do here, Kevin?
They're going to try to do a little hit and roll off of that one that's closer to the center line.
Good
If you
hack!
can get it, that little roll
Good
behind
hack!
the guard, they'll be in a good spot.
Down
They'll be sitting
board,
3.
straight!
So on a straight turn, the sweeper is trying to sweep across the curl, and now they're trying to make it curl. Okay.
Could you hear me yelling it was heavy?
No, I never got it.
Oh, okay. I was yelling.
Yeah, that was the risk with that shot. They actually jammed their yellow one on their red at the back. So they're still in a pretty good spot. But there's an opportunity here for Manitoba to make a double and be in a great spot.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to have a blanked end.
Yeah.
Maybe on the World Curling Tour, all these rocks could go away, but it's probably not going to happen.
Whoa! Curl! 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 Hard jack! Gotta go! Gotta go!
Okay, that's for you.
Perfect.
Really nice shot.
There's no chance to stay there. Making that double
We were
really
yelling.
changes the end around.
So it opens the house up. It opens the scoring area up for Manitoba, which is nice. So when we say open
so
up
if
the
it's up,
scoring area, the
come up
scoring
a little
area
bit,
is where
like
you
just
can
let
get
them
your
know,
second
okay?
and your
For-
third and your fourth
yeah.
points. So if all the rocks are around the 4 foot,
Attack,
it
guys.
means the scoring area for your second and multiple shots are in that 4 foot. If the rocks are around the 12 foot, then you have the whole house to get multiple points.
Close to the board, Heck.
Get ready! Curl! Curl! Curl it! Curl! 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 Curl!
I think he wanted to curl it.
That's a lot of weight.
Yeah, and my grandpa had a really good habit of talking to the rocks. He thought if he yelled loud enough, the rock would do what he told it to do, and you know, sometimes that might have worked.
I think Russ Howard could do that. I think the rocks would actually move.
Well, he could yell loud enough that the wind would blow it in the right direction, right?
Yeah.
Board. Good board.
All right, little hit and flops is the order of the day here for Manitoba.
Yep. Whoa.
Yep.
Yep.
Although that would put him right on the button.
Hard. Whoa.
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 Roll it. Yeah, go. Nice shot.
Nice controllable shot.
Okay.
It's behind the tee line, but it's not buried behind the guard, which is actually not that bad. If you're going to be behind the tee line, you don't necessarily need to be behind the guard.
Yeah, with hammer at the back of the button, that can cause a lot
Now,
of
get
problems
ready
if
to
they make
sweep
a good
this, Glenn.
draw on you.
Right, well, I'm just
So I think
forward.
rolling over there farther would have been.
Yeah, the ideal
more what
spot
they're looking
probably is if he hit and roll behind his
Get
corner
by
guard.
that front,
Yes.
Yellow.
I think that might be where they were trying to go.
So now you're going to see PEI try and hit
What's
and roll
up?
behind the center.
This needs to curl. Not sure why he called him off because it doesn't curl.
Curl!
Okay, getting a little bit of movement now.
Just missed that top guard. What a shot.
That hole is a little bit tighter than it looks because it's staggered the wrong way.
Yes.
Sorry. Yes, that was great.
That was a really nice
Like
shot.
the same, Zach?
Same weight.
Okay.
Okay, Josh. Oh, that's a lot more ice.
Okay. Make it good, guys.
So follow him through the hole. If you do make the shot, probably end up rolling to the left as you're looking at it and be in a great situation in the sitting three.
It's a little less. Close. Little less. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Oh, no, that needs to curl a bit.
Curl. 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 Hard, Josh.
Hard, Josh.
Maybe really close to that guard.
Wow.
Just missed.
Runs completely different than yours did. Completely different.
Still a good shot. They're sitting two. PEI's got to deal with those rocks now. They really can't take the chance. You know, if
Hey,
they
you
were
wanna-
down by a bunch, they might go for the draw, but they're in a tie game, so they got to hit out here and try to roll behind.
Yeah, you don't need to get too aggressive when you're PI. You just want to stay in the game. Try and get maybe you'll get a skip steal, but you don't want to give up 3 here.
Exactly.
Even 2, you could get 2 back fairly easily.
Can we take more ice there, I wonder? Can we take more ice
So
there?
these rocks, when you get out towards the edge of the 8 foot and the edge of the 12 foot, sometimes they run a little bit different than the middle, and they aren't played as often. So they're just discussing where to put the brew and what kind of weight to throw.
Control. Line's good.
Curl! 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 Curl!
Really would like to stay here.
Get the double.
Oh, he does
did
get the double.
Wow.
Wow.
Blair J throwing the high hard double. Still, it's even though you're Manitoba and you lost both your rocks, still not a bad situation for you. You got a tight center guard. You can get the skip's deuce. So when we say skip's deuce, Kevin, what do we usually refer to? What does that mean?
Well, a lot of times it occurs in a situation where you don't have much going and you get up to skip rocks, and if the skip makes a couple good shots, you might get 2 that way.
It feels like it runs
In this case, they're going to try to come around the center and just not be too deep. Maybe touching the forefoot. If you come too deep, they might freeze on you, and then you've got a very small scoring area for your second rock. A lot of people would say, well, let's just put it on the pot, but you don't really want to do that with this one.
Maybe a bit of room.
Anywhere front 4, front 8, you're really happy if it's buried.
Yeah. He unfortunately looks a little heavy.
So I'm going to try and carve this in there now.
We're there. We're there, though.
We're there.
So if you're coming in, you probably want to go back 8 foot.
They do want to be buried. But
you can go all the way back 8 foot here.
see, I would have taken that back a little farther.
Yeah, because now they can freeze and you're right on the button and you can't freeze on them. So the sweeper should have let the third know that that rock was heavy, and they could have swept it to the back 8 or the back 12.
Yeah, they should have taken that to back 8.
And then at least you have a lot of room to get your 1. Right now, if PI freezes right on the nose, well, maybe they're not going to freeze, I guess. They're not going aggressive. They're going to try and make the hit on this.
It's like they're hitting it.
I'm a little bit surprised. I thought they would try and go for the steal on this.
A little different.
I think the draw is a little bit easier than this hit.
It's kind of different territory. So I'm going to try to throw like a 380.
So you can only see a quarter of this rock. It's not a really easy hit.
Yeah, if they played the draw, they would probably force the 1. By playing this hit, Manitoba should have a chance to blank the end.
Curl! Straight! 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 Hey! Hurry! Whoa! 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 Curl! Curl!
They're by the guard by a lot there.
Oh, Corey.
I think they overcooked it.
I screwed.
Yeah,
Sorry,
they
guys.
did. And that's going to stay.
Sorry. It looked like it was
Yeah,
going to take
just
a
overswept.
Sorry.
Unfortunately, this sweeping call there is going to give the Manitoba a chance to score 2.
I got the same time on that than we got on the one that we pounded of his. We really didn't sweep it too.
And that's the second part of the shot. You can throw it great, but you still gotta call line good too.
That's right.
Nothing on that one. I agree.
I think an opportunity by PEI that they really would have liked to have back to force the 1 here.
Yes, after they made that first double, they really had an opportunity to get out of this and force 1 or the blank. But,
yeah, when Manitoba went deep, you had a good chance to just freeze 1 on there and steal or force 1.
Line's good. Line's good. Line's good.
Oh, this is coming in. Looks fine.
Keep it going. Keep it going. Move it down.
It's a really nice shot by the skip. He didn't overthrow it. Let his sweepers do the work.
Yep. 2 for Manitoba. So that makes score 4-2 after 4. And we'll have a 5-minute break here. See you after that.
Curling means so much to our family. Obviously, it's a big part of our life. Isabella always says that she wants to be an Olympic champion curler when she grows up, which just melts my heart. But it also has shown them that if you work hard, anything is possible. If I was to ask them if they wanted to chase a dream, they believe that anything is possible as long as they put the work in, and it's because of watching us on the ice.
Everest is here to support you in the moments that matter. Learn how at everestfuneral.ca.
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Being a Canadian who is now in the U.S., do you think we need to get a bit of a rivalry going or some sort of series that can pit maybe some top curlers in Canada against the top U.S. and kind of get a little bit more hype from a marketing standpoint between the two countries?
Yeah, well, first, as the CEO of USA Curling, I'll say I'm an American who grew up in Canada, so as much as I love Canada. But actually, there's lots of good things happening with the game in the United States. We just had the Everest North American Curling Championship, sponsored by Everest, which was our club champions against Canada's club champions, featured on CBS Sports. So really, curlers who are good but play recreationally versus tour level. So that was Canada versus the U.S. I'd love to see that continue. I know Nick Sulsky at the Curling Group, new owners of the Grand Slam, they are very intent on growing the game in the United States, and we want to be active supporters and participants in their efforts. So yeah, I think this is still huge growth potential down here. I think if we can, as I said earlier, if we can get the facilities built, get people a little more access to the game, the momentum's going to continue. We have good momentum, but we just have to keep working at it. I think some big events here in this country will do well. Certainly have to market them maybe a little differently than you have to like a Briar or a Scotties, but there is a market for it. Obviously, a TV deal down here would make a huge difference. We're excited to be on NBC with our trials, but we'd love to have more on television. But if you know anything about the sports media landscape right now, that takes dollars, and we need to find those dollars.
It takes passion and a whole lot of dedication to meet Cavendish Farms' high standards. To become an epic late-night snack. Part of the ultimate breakfast. And the dinner crew crowd pleaser. From Canada's favorite French fries to onion rings, hash browns, and potato tots, Canadians can count on Cavendish Farms to serve top quality every time. Cavendish Farms. Made our way, enjoy your way.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Canadian Everest Curling Championships here in Barrie. We're just going to go through some of the other scores and the other sheets for you. On sheet B in the women's game, we've got Northern Ontario over Yukon, 8-0.
So sheet C, we have a men's game. Alberta is up 2-1 over Yukon Territories.
On sheet D, we have PEI playing New Brunswick, and the score is 3-2 for PEI.
And then we have on sheet D, we have Newfoundland is behind, or New Brunswick is leading Newfoundland 3-1 in the men's game.
And on sheet F, Nova Scotia is leading Nunavut 7-1. They seem to be still in their break.
And our game is a nice close game. Manitoba took 2 with hammer going into the break. So we got the last 4 into the game coming up.
Top 12, top 8.
Manitoba, if they win this game, should make it into the playoffs. And PEI is just hoping to win their last 3 games and maybe sneak into the playoffs with a good last stone draw distance. Right now, Manitoba has the best last stone draw ranking in the pool. And the last stone draw is determined by, they throw 2 rocks before the game in a draw to the button, and they add up the distances about how far away you are from the button. And at the end of the regular league or the regular round robin, they use that as a tiebreaker. So it's really important to try and get your rocks as close to the button as possible, because if you have a tied standing with another team, the team with the lowest last stone draw distance makes the playoffs. It's so important in curling these days. All the competitions are going by the last stone draw.
Yeah. And of course, that last drone draw is used for the hammer at the beginning of the game. So this end has started off. PEI now has a hammer. They're down 2. Manitoba went short. PEI went around high. And then Manitoba went around again to the 4-foot.
Back 8. Back
All 3
8-ish.
good shots.
See?
Yeah, Manitoba's keeping the pressure on. They're going really aggressive this end. They want to try and get a steal, I think, or a force.
Yeah.
Back 8.
So either a force means they're just
Back
trying to
4.
hold the other team to 1 when they have hammer.
Go down! Hurry! Hurry! Hurry!
Another good shot. Very similar to last end.
Stop and hurry.
Yeah, I really died.
Well, that really dug in at the end. Ice
Yeah,
could be slowing down a little bit.
The teams did say
Take
after the
control.
4th end break, the ice is a little bit slower. It takes an end to get back up to speed.
Yeah,
And that's been pretty consistent throughout this week, they said. So the first few rocks you can expect to be just a little bit slower in the 5th end. It is really humid out here, so that does play into it a little bit.
So Manitoba's going to try to hit this red one and just kind of roll up to the wings a bit.
You'd like to stick this in the ring and put that in the back of PEI's mind, that there are multiple yellow rocks in the ring.
Yes. With all the play in the center, that rock might not count, especially Manitoba doesn't have hammer. However, it's something out there that will probably, if PEI at some point decides they want to blank this end, prevent that.
They can take the blank away. And
More. I think we're like back 8.
so the sweepers are calling it back 8.
Sure. Back
But maybe
Coming
we'll
down.
see it die down here.
Bring it. Gotta go. Hurry!
Oh, they lost it.
It's too bad.
It was a really nice shot coming in, and they lost it on the sweep call. If they would have swept that straight, probably ends up right on the front
Same
of the
weight.
yellow.
Okay.
The one thing you'll see that the Manitoba sweepers do really well, and you can watch it, is they're always ready to sweep. Their broom is always by the ice, ready to go. So they don't get too far away. As you can see, they're both down by the rock, ready to sweep whenever the skip calls it.
Curl. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Pretty much a nose hit here.
And sometimes when you're ready to sweep, it gives you that extra second of sweeping, and it could be the difference between ticking a guard and not. And for any curlers out there that are learning how to sweep, that's just being ready, ready to go. That's part of being a good sweeper. So what do we have PEI doing here, Kevin?
They've indicated the hit. I'm not sure if they're going for the double. Yeah, I think they are. Yep.
Says PO.
Got a little out on the release. Oh, he's got
gonna
the
get a double. Not the double, but a double.
Yes, he did.
Just lady luck on their side a little bit.
Yep. Plan B. So now that rock out there is going to be annoying for Manitoba, and they've decided to hit it.
And I'm surprised because this gives PEI an opportunity to maybe narrow down the scoring area in the center and
It
really
does.
take the play to the center of the house.
But this is a safe shot.
Curl. All right, Graham. He's gotta
I really
go
would like to
hard.
stay here.
Nice.
Just.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep,
he
just
stuck
hung
around.
on.
Not a
Yep.
bad shot.
But having that rock hang on for PEI and then Manitoba
See all
playing
of
it
it.
now kind of changes the control back to PEI.
Hack it.
If they make a good shot here, their situation's pretty good.
Okay, so it looks like PEI wants to take this out completely. There's a couple ways you could play this. You could take it out like they're playing, or you could just
Really
bump
good
it
hack.
to the back of the 8-foot as well.
Close to the board.
This is going to be a good shot. It's going to roll away a bit, but that's fine.
That ain't no hack.
That's fine out there.
Control.
It does look like the red rock in the front of the 12-foot is second shot. So yellow is third shot.
Looks like red is second.
Which it was important for yellow to stay in there for second
Whoa.
shot when they hit that rock.
Close. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Whoa.
Manitoba's trying real hard for this roll.
Yep. Yes.
Just rolling a little too far. Still a great shot.
A little too far, but it's still around the center guards. They can't throw it too tight.
Those are really difficult to get those hit and rolls perfect. It's millimeters where you have to hit them to get a perfect roll when you're trying to roll 5 feet and you roll 6 feet.
Close to the board.
Looks like PEI is going to play board weight again and just a bump weight again and just hit and roll. You could maybe get really tight to the front red and get a roll underneath, but I don't think it's worth the risk. Just hit the rock, stay in the house, lay your 2.
Line, straight.
Yeah, I would roll away.
Rolling away is safe.
Straight. Hurry, line, straight. Hurry, line.
This is curling.
Really missed on the wrong side.
They're on their own.
And that's an unforced missed shot.
Yeah. Quickly things turn around. They were sitting 2 or had a chance to sit 2. And
with a split house, and now
pretty quickly, yes, Manitoba's going to be sitting 3.
I like no.
Now you're looking at just scoring.
We got to make it if we're going to make it, right?
3/4.
It's pretty tricky to read too with the line pulls.
So Manitoba's going to play a little bit more of a conservative shot on this one. They're going to hit and roll in. A really aggressive shot would be draw around the center guard front 8 foot.
What's that?
Ideally over.
But they are up. They don't need to take a lot of risks. Just eliminate rocks. Try and hold the other team to 1. Get hammer back in the home end.
It's less than jacks. Control. It is control. Control.
Yep.
Whoa. Look at this take off.
Whoa.
Yes. Yep. Hard. All the way.
Hard.
Want to
Really
jam
curling.
at the back over there.
Okay, that's not bad.
Not a bad shot. It will give the skip from PA an opportunity to make the double and roll behind the center guard, though, and maybe bring the skip's deuce into play. So ideally, where would he have rolled on that shot, Kevin?
I think they were trying to roll either dead buried or if they were rolled like a half a rock less.
Yeah, because then you're
So
kind
that-
of guarding that shot in the 4 foot, and you're still half around the guard.
Yeah, so there wouldn't be a hit and roll in like there is right now. It's a tough shot, but if he hits about 3/4 of a rock with, well, he's got very tight ice, so he must be throwing a fair bit of weight. Having hammer, you don't really have to remove those yellows. You just want to get them out of the 4 foot area.
Yeah, because the other one in the corner is in anyways.
Okay.
But you got to stick around with your shooter here. Shooter is
Yes.
the rock that he's throwing, and you have to stick in the house on this one. Ideally, you just want to roll behind that center guard.
Straight.
Good.
Yep.
He's got the top one. Does he have the back one? Not quite.
But he's rolling out.
That really went.
Oh, he did make a double. He's making some long doubles today.
Yeah. Now, Manitoba.
Should we do this or do we draw?
Decision.
How aggressive do you want to be?
Do you give them an easy shot to score 1, or do you play aggressive here? You make this draw, then that red rock won't matter.
That's kind of a tricky hit. I don't like it.
Yeah, and if you're anywhere behind the guard, you're not going to give them a chance at a double. You got to be at least full 12 foot here.
It's an auto.
And this is a shot that you can play if you're a skip that's confident in your weight and you have really good sweepers.
Top 8 buried.
And you heard Zach say it's a tricky hit anyway, because that yellow
You guys
rock's
good with this?
a little bit in the way.
I think so. You feel good about it?
How are we thinking for weight? Do we think it's still that bit slower?
I think
Or?
it's gonna be pretty no, same as last time. Yeah, I think that's
Okay.
They could take the other turn, and if they happen to come short, because they're concerned that the ice is a little heavier,
then
they would be guarding it. But seem to like they know the line here.
Go ahead. Line's good.
Line's fine.
Line's
great.
good.
Line's good. Got a lot of room.
Top 8.
Good.
Line's good. ahead. Whoa, doesn't need to curl.
Curls at the end.
Go ahead.
Here it comes.
Hard, guys. Hard. Really got to go.
Got to beat out that other red one.
Curl. Go, Grant. Go.
They have.
Really strong sweeping on that. They did, you know, there is a double there potentially for 2, whether or not they're going to try it.
Okay. It's the last shot, right?
Yeah, it's possible.
This is the last shot.
It's a tough one.
And that's a shot where when you see the professionals play on TV, the Retornaz, the Gouchous, they're going to play that double for 2, and they have a good chance at making it. But when you're on club ice with club rocks, and you're just not going to play those shots as likely. It's you got to call the shots that your team can make as well. It comes down to what do I think I can make, and versus shots you see on TV, which the best curlers in the world are going to make.
I didn't notice if he's calling straight draw or if he's playing a tap.
Just a straight draw. With he could be a little bit heavy and use the back end.
The good news is, yeah, where the rock is sitting, if you are a little heavy, it won't curl quite as much, and you'll probably come up against that yellow rock.
All right.
They don't want to lose this line.
Straight. Really curling. Really curling.
Wow, look at that.
Okay, whoa.
Okay, so Manitoba with the steal.
Steal a 1 for Manitoba.
Wow, did that curl?
To go up 5-2.
Yeah, we'll see you after the break.
Curling means so much to our family. Obviously, it's a big part of our life. Isabella always says that she wants to be an Olympic champion curler when she grows up, which just melts my heart. But it also has shown them that if you work hard, anything is possible. If I was to ask them if they wanted to chase a dream, they believe that anything is possible as long as they put the work in, and it's because of watching us on the ice.
Everest is here to support you in the moments that matter. Learn how at everestfuneral.ca.
It takes passion and a whole lot of dedication to meet Cavendish Farms' high standards. To become an epic late-night snack. Part of the ultimate breakfast. And the dinner crew crowd pleaser. From Canada's favorite French fries to onion rings, hash browns, and potato tots, Canadians can count on Cavendish Farms to serve top quality every time. Cavendish Farms. Made our way, enjoy your way.
Welcome back to the Everest Canadian Curling Club Championships, where we have some of the best club curlers in Canada vying for the national title here this week. We're playing the 6th end with Manitoba leading PEI 5-2. PEI has hammer. For any junior curlers out there that live in the Barrie area that are watching this game and they really like the opportunity to try some curling, on December 1st, from 9:30 a.m. to 2 o'clock p.m., we're having a free open house where you could come and you can try curling for free and see if it's a game that you'd like to do. You just have to bring some clean shoes and a helmet with you. But yeah, December 1st, 9:30 a.m.
Hey, you got a bit of room.
There's a free open house for junior curlers. So what's with PEI being down
Line's good.
3 with 2 ends left, what are they going to try and do here, Kevin?
Well, it's important for PEI to try to score 2.
Stable the 4 foot.
And
Line's good. Easy, good.
Manitoba knows that. So what Manitoba decided this end, rather than go short, they went into the rings. They went a little deep. You can see the first rock went to the back 4. The second one is where they really would like it to be. And if, as many curlers do, PEI threw a corner guard, which is a guard that's 2-3 feet off center line, so that they can go around that later. They've decided, rather than throw a second corner guard, which a lot of teams will do, they've decided to, no, they are throwing a corner guard. Sorry, I thought he indicated to hit that.
So I think you're going to find PEI plays really aggressive this end.
We're over.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's really
definitely
important.
try and go for 2.
Yes, agreed. And the way they'll do that is to try to set up these corner guards and go to the sides. So, of course, Manitoba will do the opposite. Try to keep the play in the middle. They've already got 2 there. Throw a guard on here. It's going to make it very difficult for PEI to use those corner guards. So they're going to have to make a good run-back double somewhere along the way.
So Manitoba has a couple options. They can throw the center guard here, which is what they're electing to do. Or they can come into the ring, spread 12 foot, half behind a corner guard, and block off that corner guard as well.
Okay, line's good.
You'll find that done on, actually the pros are doing that quite a bit now, where they kind of come half around that corner guard
Easy.
and basically take that guard away.
Go ahead.
But you have to be completely certain you're not going to be heavy.
Good shot. Good shot, Josh.
My men's team used to do that when free guard zone first started. We'd go around that corner, half around top 12 for quite a bit.
And if you can make it, it's a great shot.
We
but if you ever come back behind the tee line,
that's right. Yeah,
you're in a whole world of hurt.
We had a lead who had a great draw weight, so we were able to make use of that a lot.
Curl!
So this is the shot that they need, PEI. It's got good weight on this.
Trying the run back.
Almost.
Okay. They got the peel. You know, Manitoba's really comfortable with this situation. They got 2 rocks in the house because PEI rolled out and didn't keep a guard there. Now they're just going to try and double peel the guards and keep this end wide open.
Yeah, we're past that 5 rock free guard zone rule, so you can hit anything, and this rock will be humming.
Whoa!
Yeah, he can throw the weight.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa, yeah!
Trying for the double peel here.
Hard.
Just missed it.
A little thick.
A little bit of late finish on that hit.
Wasn't for not throwing enough weight.
He had the weight to make it. Yeah.
He sure did.
Now what do you do?
That's the question. Now what do you do?
Yeah, it's just a matter of when in the end you want to start going in. Could throw another corner again.
You could come around it. You could also, bump and roll off one of those yellows, put them in the back of the house. Maybe you could freeze to him later.
He may have to do that eventually. I like the idea of coming around this one now. I might have thrown one more corner. Still reasonably early.
It's heavy. Wow.
So if it's heavy, play the rub. Play the rub and roll behind.
Not through.
As long as that sticks around, it's okay.
Yeah, and that's something where if you had better communication halfway to 3/4 way down the ice, you probably play the audible, rub off the yellow behind that corner. Because the skip didn't get that information till almost the house, that opportunity had passed. So Manitoba's just going to get rid of the guards, play an open end.
Being up 5-2.
Yeah. Clean. Shot, Jack.
And these guys can peel, all 4 of them.
Yeah, Manitoba knows they're in control. PEI has to force some things. They don't have to take a lot of risk in this end. Just hold PEI to 2 or less. You have hammer up, going into 7.
I just like
get 2 or blank, and you're in control coming home.
So PEI has a couple of options here. They can throw that corner guard up again, and it'll keep getting peeled. Eventually, at some point, they do have to move these yellow rocks around. Another opportunity for them is to tap these to the back and try to build a wall back there that you can freeze into later. Might get your 2 out of that.
Yeah, I think a nice shot would be just to bump that yellow right beside the other yellow in the back floor.
Flop there and maybe a double, you can get over here. Okay, all right, okay. We're just thinking that they made like another rock and play was good for us is all. Yeah. I don't mind this shot, but whatever you like. Here's skip.
Hit roll then.
Board?
Yeah, they are actually going to try to remove it.
All right, make the double, roll over. And they're hoping that Manitoba's going to miss the doubles, and maybe they'll have an open hit for 2.
Should run pretty straight here.
That's something you could play in normal club curling. Not too competitive and be, confident you maybe get 2 this way. But
yeah, roll a little bit your way.
Manitoba's a really good hitting team. They're probably not going to miss the double 3 times.
So the call is the board rate hit.
Straight! Gotta go hard, guys!
I think they wanted to roll.
Whoa!
Okay.
Beauty, Corey.
Nice shot. The board weight double.
Board rate double. It
Yeah.
wasn't what they were actually playing a hit and roll, but they curled a little too much and they got the double.
So
Three quarters.
For the third time.
Yeah, Barry got their rocks redone this summer, so we got the outside shaved down a little bit to make a little smaller striking band, and new inserts in the bottom of the rocks.
So the rocks.
Last year, we definitely couldn't have made the double with that weight with these rocks.
That's right.
You maybe would have got one out.
Yeah. So maybe.
Whoa, close, whoa, whoa. Curl, curl.
Yeah, they are playing the double here.
Curl.
It's pretty close. Oh, just missed.
Good try.
So this Canadian
is
Club
we don't have a lot of
Championships
time,
doesn't
guys. We have like 11.
it doesn't happen without a lot of hard work and
Same weight?
volunteerism
Okay.
by the club.
We're got 11:35.
We're very lucky
here,
at the
so-
Barrie Curling Club to have two
Oh, I'm not
co-chairs
rushing, but
that
Can't waste
hosted
any
this
time.
event, built it up over the last year. Jen and Tony Marquis have put a lot of time and a lot of effort into this event with all of their volunteers, Kevin being one of them, who is in charge of all the timers. And we just want to say thank you to all the volunteers that helped to make this event happen.
Curl, no, curl, hanging. Beauty.
Nice shot.
For the half.
Showing it.
So
Yeah.
Manitoba's going to try for the
Expect
double
it to
again.
run.
Yeah, it should.
I think they thought about half a rock.
Yeah, you can either play the double or play the hit and roll in front.
Yep.
Those are your couple options there.
Okay. You're
He
trying
can't-
to slash?
When you're young, you like to
rock.
play the doubles.
Yeah.
Maybe say less, Jack. Think it runs.
He's really going to throw this hard.
Whoa. Close. Whoa. Yep. Hard. Whoa. Whoa.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
Really nice shot.
Great shot.
That is not an easy shot to
That's a
make.
great shot in any league.
Where do you want to put this?
Like over here.
So now they're trying to go right to the edge. And why do you try and put it right on the edge of the 12-foot?
Well, there hasn't been any rocks out there, so nobody really knows how much the ice curls in that spot. So put it in a tough spot to hit. Got to throw it somewhere, so why not go out there? It'll be a little tougher to draw out there. It'll be a little slower. It'll slide good in the middle, but once it gets to the edges, they'll have to be aware that it might dig in a bit.
Okay.
Sometimes hits don't. They can run straighter, or they could take off more there. It's
Keep her
a
sliding,
spot
make
that
sure it's
has
here.
a lot different pebble than down the middle of the
Where are we at?
Top 12.
Do you need help? That looks like.
That's good.
Yeah. Get her on. Good sweep,
we're
guys.
good.
Good shot, Blair.
See.
Good throw. Good
Pretty
sweep.
good draw.
sorry.
Yeah, so Manitoba in this instance,
Good throw.
they don't know the weight.
Middle.
They don't know the ice that well, so they would throw it with lots of weight. Just basically throw it through the curl rather than taking 6 inches and throwing a control weight where you're not sure if it'll
Normal weight.
curl or not, or curl a lot.
Anyway, toss it right the middle.
Tight ice, big weight.
Yeah, you're going to see him keep a broom down on this so that it doesn't pick anything up along the way.
Normal. Lean. Normal. Lean. Lean.
Clean. Whoa.
Lean. Yep.
You would like to stay on this. It's not really necessary.
Okay, really nice shot.
Makes PEI have to hit and roll out for the blank, which they will try to do.
Yeah, and in sticking, maybe you're going to get a force out of
Try
it.
and hit roll out,
Yes.
wouldn't it?
Well, 5-3.
Oh, they're considering taking one.
2 inches to go.
Whatever you like. Okay.
Trying to steal. We blank it. We got to get 3 and steal 1.
Well, we got to get 2 and steal 1. If we blank, we got to get 2 and steal 1 and steal 1 in the extra end. Whatever you like. We have to steal.
I'll throw it. You
Okay,
call it.
all right. Well, that's going to be bad.
Just see what happens. Let the gods decide.
Yes.
Yeah. So as a good skip, he just defers the hard situations down to his third. He says, you make the call for me.
Let's just hit it. We'll take whatever
5-3,
happens.
then we're only down 2, then we steal. That's what I said to Corey. I said, I'll throw it, you call it.
Go from there.
5 rock rule, it is easier to steal.
Weight's up.
I understand his thinking, but generally like the blanket. Keep control with the hammer.
Yeah, it's not hard to get a 2 and then steal a 1.
Yeah.
Don't touch it. Straight! 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 Whoa! Whoa!
Thinking now he decided to blanket.
Whoa! Good shot.
Okay.
Okay.
Guess that was a call.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you after the break.
From cash spiels to Grand Slams, club competitions to world championships, there's a lot to keep up with on the pebbled ice. Stay up to date with the Hardline Curling Show, your weekly source for everything curling, with the latest event results, breaking news, interviews with players, executives, and insiders, plus behind-the-scenes access you won't get anywhere else. Follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube. Make sure you don't miss a thing.
Everything I've worked for, everything I've sacrificed, has led to this. It's out of your hands now. All the gold medals in the world can't help you now. You could throw the perfect rock and still miss, but it just takes one. You leave it all out there on the ice to leave behind a legacy.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Everest Canadian Curling Club Championships. We are watching the game here with Prince Edward Island playing Manitoba. Manitoba's up 5-2, but PEI has the hammer here in the 7th end.
Yeah, and you've seen Manitoba come into the house with the rock, and they don't have to take a lot of chances in the last 2 ends of this game. They're basically just saying, we're going to throw them in the house, and as PEI, you have to come to us, and you have to really be aggressive in this situation. We're just letting you come to us.
Exactly.
Good throw, Glenn.
So first one, yeah, they threw in the 4-foot next to the button, and the second one they're going to put relatively the same place, probably a couple feet
I think
in
the
front
tighter
of
the
that.
better.
Keep it in front of T, because if they do go behind T, then PEI has a chance to freeze on
Line's
those.
good.
Graham has had a really good game at lead. He's put the rocks
Looks
where they're
like more.
supposed to be, and that's really helped
much more?
Manitoba dictate the play in this
Back
game.
straight, back four. Straight, straight, straight.
Yeah. This one's really out there.
Okay.
Back 8 still.
They're actually going where they didn't want to be, really. Back 8. They're going to try to sweep this right through if they can. But
Yeah, you don't want to put too many rocks in the back of the house because they're going to be used against you at some point in this end.
Okay, other side, other side.
I know the fear is at lead is you don't want to put a high guard
Join the
there.
curling?
So high guard is more dangerous than a rock in the back 12. So you always err a little bit on the heavier side in that end.
yes, being up 5-2,
I got the same.
you don't want to give rocks that the other team can use. They can use a guard much more than a rock in the back 12. So PEI is throwing another corner guard, very similar to what we saw in the last end. They didn't really get much chance
Line 'em
to
up.
use them last end, but
Keep going. Come on, hurry, hurry.
maybe they will be able to here. To be honest, now that Manitoba went deep, now they're going to go into the 4-foot. It's a little different. Last end, when they went to throw their third rock, PEI had a guard and 2 rocks in the 4-foot. This end, they won't have a guard, so their next shot could be behind the corner without taking too much risk.
Line's good. Heads up, guys.
Top 8.
Line's good.
Top 4. Top 8.
Line's really good. Top 8.
Top 8.
Always jack.
Top 8.
Actually, line's good. Graham maybe a little.
Top 4.
Just top 8 though. Just top 8.
We're there.
Line's good.
Shot, Josh.
Very nice shot.
Very good.
Just what the
Nice
skipper
control.
called.
Good sweep.
So he could draw behind the corner, or he could try to hit and roll behind the corner.
Normal.
So he's going to throw normal weight, which is a lot of weight on this shot because you really want to keep your shooter around. You don't want to roll out. And whenever you throw normal, you take your sweepers out of it, higher chance to roll out, and then your end of shot.
He's a little full
Manitoba's
here.
going to start peeling.
Yep. It's full.
Get something?
And that, I think, is just, it's the wrong weight to call in this situation. Why throw that much weight?
Yeah, you need rocks in play.
You need rocks in play. Bump them to the back of the 12-foot.
Skinny half.
Throw like a board weight at most. Because you could miss and hit half a rock and you're still in the house. But now your rock's out of there and they're going to do a double peel, and then your opportunity is shot.
Yes, hard,
Yep.
hard, hard, hard.
Little tight.
You gotta
on this
go.
one, but throws it so hard, he's going to get some action off of it.
That's good.
Yeah, even though he hit 3/4 of the rock, it still roll out. Like
If I hit 3/4 of the rock, it would have rolled a foot.
So now they're going to try and go around that corner. It really hurts to have still 2 in the house and one of the corners is gone. But they'll try and get one around the corner, hopefully get a miss, and try and set up their deuce.
Keep her going.
There's a lot of line here, so you need to curl this over.
You ready, Glenn?
Doesn't really have to be totally buried.
No.
You say beauty, Glenn?
Because you still have the guard. and Manitoba has to decide they can either take the guard or the one in the house.
Control.
So you'll have one or the other to work with after the shot.
Yeah, and the miss on this is miss tight and hit the guard off. You don't want to miss it on the outside. So if you're not going to get the rock in the house, you got to get the guard.
Manitoba's going after the one in the house and trying to roll the 4-foot,
Whoa, whoa. Yep.
which will make PI have to deal with the 4-foot because there's 3 there now.
Hard.
It's really good sweeping
Yeah,
on
right
that
over
rock.
there. Right over. Go.
So it
Nice
stayed
shot.
in the
I
8-foot,
think
so
I
it
like
took
Bear
that
more than the-
12-foot guard away.
What's that?
Back, maybe.
Okay.
So now PI is just going to have to move some rocks around, create some pockets,
So
bump
use
it back
my
a little bit.
line weight.
Back 4.
Heavy draw. Okay.
Yeah, I think
You
that's
don't have to take those rocks out. They're helping you if they're behind the tee line. And
that's a good call. They're talking about back 4, back line. I heard both of those.
yeah, because if you don't score 2 here, the game is
Just
almost out of
back line,
hand.
back 4, back 8 weight.
It doesn't
Tap the
matter
top
if you
and
give
back.
up a steal. You got to score.
Especially with the hitting capability of Manitoba.
Yeah. So looking for back 4-foot, back 8-foot weight here. Just bump that yellow one into the back of the house.
Little hot.
Line.
And they need to sweep this.
It's that spot that
Don't want to cross the
lines
face.
ago.
Want to stay on the high side so that all those yellow rocks are behind you. And it did overcurl a little bit.
Yeah, and you didn't want to really leave those red one in front of the other. You want to create a wider amount of backing back there, right?
Bigger
you wanted
pocket.
to hit half a rock on one side or the other, create a bigger pocket. So now this is a fairly easy peel for Manitoba.
Clean.
Really nice throw.
Yeah.
Clean.
Whenever you hear the words clean, that's always a good sign.
I mean, normally you like to stay on hits, but they're up 5-2, and it's just a matter of killing rocks
Yeah, you guys didn't
for the
hit
rest of the
any
game
time.
for them.
Sometimes
that's
too many
the slow
rocks
one, I
isn't
guess.
a good thing. They can get in the way.
I think they're playing the draw this time.
Yeah.
The freeze, yeah, draw freeze. Ideally, you'd like to freeze on the center line side, so if Manitoba hits it, maybe you'll get a jam on the yellow rock that's in
Curling,
the
it's
8
really
foot.
curling, guys.
Straight.
You don't want necessarily a nose freeze.
Don't want to lose it. The last one curled a lot here.
Have a look.
Great way,
Stay
Corey.
on it. Same thing
Yeah,
happened.
they
Overcurled
curled.
again.
It's really curled.
That's a few that have overcurled in that spot.
Yeah, they're going to have to take a little more ice on those
Peel
shots.
here. I'm just gonna toss peel on the low side.
Yeah, that's
Like
what I
I'm
like.
trying to toss it nose or a little bit in.
It should move an inch, I think.
Do we want to roll out?
PEI throws a little bit less handle than Manitoba, so their rocks do curl a
I'm
little
not
bit
gonna be
more.
aggressive with it.
Probably
So-
sort of like normal with that ice. I think so. You're rolling under, eh?
A little concern here that if you hit the
On the low, on
red
the
one
low
on the high
side.
side, it could jam on the yellow at the back. So they're taking very tight ice.
With what weight?
Yeah, you don't really.
I kind of like. If
You
we
don't
know
want to
they're
stick around on
staying
this rock because it's
five,
behind
I'm
the
not
tee
gonna get too
line.
aggressive
Just
with the-
Exactly.
hit on the inside half and roll out.
Yep.
You definitely don't want to nose it.
Yep. Hard.
Let's throw it to a sweepers.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Curl, 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 roll it.
Nice shot.
Great shot.
Shot.
Good.
So now you need to make a really good freeze. Get your skip's deuce.
About there to there? Is that what you want to do?
I'm surprised they're playing the bump. I thought maybe they just played the freeze.
Yeah, there's no need to bump it because you know Manitoba's going to.
Manitoba throws such good weight.
They're going to peel it out of there. So.
Then there's a possible chance. But if you move that back, that jam's no longer there.
He's close. He's 73. So.
20?
Yeah.
20?
73.
Yeah, probably.
73 is fairly slow.
I think they're talking about the age of the skip.
Oh, I thought they were talking about the weight.
Line's good.
He did say this was his last.
I can see
try
why.
at it.
Bring it home, guys.
I think this might be a little late.
It's going to overcurl too.
Come on. Go, go, go. Go,
You
go,
can say
go.
it doesn't have a lot of handle.
All
It's
right. What'd you get on that anyway? 440?
I had 418. I had 418.
So Manitoba quickly goes from defense to offense when that happens.
Speed's still good, you think? Okay.
They're going to
So-
draw one round and freeze on theirs and make it very tough for
and you
PEI
don't-
to score at all.
You don't have to be too tight. Anywhere around that center guard, front 12 foot, front 8 foot, front 4 foot, pretty much eliminates the PEI score other than the angle run off the outside, which
Give it a
is
second to work at the beginning.
at best a 15% shot. So
Yeah. I think he's trying to come right in.
yeah, you don't want to be too heavy. You don't need to be T-line plus here. You got to be somewhere front house behind that red one.
Line.
Give it a little. Top four. Top four.
Yeah, we'll see the rotation.
Easy.
This won't cut it
Line's
nearly
really
as much
good.
as PEI rocks did.
Stay close.
Yeah, a lot more rotation.
Josh is
It'll
rocked.
curl in there a little bit nicer at the end.
Still T.
Josh, you go little, I think.
You don't want to bounce here.
Yeah, go Josh, go Josh.
That's a perfect spot.
That really slowed down it in the last 6 feet there. Caught them a little off guard. They thought it might be bouncing, but
Even if you make that,
So
we're not scored.
how do you score if you're
Even if you
PEI?
make that,
yeah,
we're
still
not
a good
scored.
shot. He
You're gonna make a triple.
can't outdraw it. Oh, that's right. And if he does run it
Can
back,
you
Then
he won't be shot.
He won't be
if he
shot.
makes the
come there
double.
with like back line weight? I think that's the shot, isn't it? That's the only one.
Shot's there.
What?
The shot's there.
That shot's there?
This shot's there.
Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, I don't think that shot's there.
No.
So they've
Cut
decided
them
to go
down to
to
one,
a light come around tap. Just move
Yeah,
that
so what are you throwing?
rock that's on the button
Like
back
here?
a foot or two.
maybe Mark Nichols is making the run triple, but
Yeah. Yeah, this is their best option.
Seems like there's not
It's
as
a
much
tough
finish
shot.
on this side, eh?
and it does move. It's
Yes.
What?
Actually, if you get really tight to that red guard, you're probably hitting the rock on the 8 foot. So you can get by
Shot's there, guys.
the guard with a safe amount of room. Just throw back 4 weight.
Yep.
And just tap that one back on the button a little bit.
Yeah, need to move that about 2 feet.
You know, this is the intern for the lefty, so you can get a little bit more action.
Well, you're coming off the other hack, which makes it just slightly a little easier to see. Oh, the line is good.
A little too heavy.
I don't
It's
think
a
it
little
matters.
bit more
Okay,
weight than
sorry,
you
guys.
wanted to throw on that shot.
Just a little heavy.
Yeah.
Very difficult shot, though. So that's a score of 4 for Manitoba. We'll have to wait and see. Yes,
looks
they
like
are
they're
gonna
shaking.
Concede.
Well,
Final
from us at Barrie Curling Club, thank you for joining us for this game.
The final score is much further apart than the game actually was. Looks like it's going to be 9-2 for Manitoba.
And best of luck to both the teams going forward in the draw.
Thanks for watching.